Hey there, my name's Dave Cobb, and in March of 2009 I was teaching a class in Apple's Keynote presentation software. The assignment to the class was to take a fictional or mythological topic, a character or a story or an object, and create an 8 to 10 minute sales piece for it, like a business presentation or a marketing presentation. So as a demonstration of this, I made my own presentation for the class based around one of my favorite movies, Tron. Keep in mind, this is a fan-created presentation and is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Corporation or anything surrounding the new Tron Legacy movie coming out at the end of the year or the Flynn Lives ARG alternate reality game that's happening. This is all created just by me, and I hope you enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you about Lightcycles, the sport of the future, powered by Encom. As you all know, Encom has been a global leader in computers and technology for over 25 years. During that time, they've been innovating such things as avionics, human interfaces and computer software, and of course, really big doors. But of course, they're also known for entertainment. In 1982, they had the highest-grossing arcade game in the world, Space Paranoids, which set the standard for immersive gameplay for drawing the audience into the world of video games, making them feel like they're really part of the game. But nowadays, the audience wants something new. And we're here to give it to them, folks, because right now I'd like to welcome you to the Game Grid. Encom promises to revitalize and reinvent the human and computer relationship with an all-new take on what it means to get inside your favorite game. It will rewrite the history books in terms of computer interfaces and how humans interact with their favorite games. So it's time to get rezzed, because the Encom digitizing laser is actually able to transport physical matter into a digital space. It locks onto a target and dismantles its molecular structure. Once all of this data has been scanned, it can be stored, manipulated, and then restored back into the real world. Your entire physical identity is scanned and digitized, and this includes your memories and personality. Whatever you bring to the game is what you're going to get out of it. Gravity and physics of the real world are also simulated and can be enhanced on the game grid. We can actually give you super speed, super powers. And of course, our customer re-rezzing rate is currently at 98% and constantly growing. Our first game on the game grid that we're going to debut is the Lightcycle, the ultimate sport at the speed of light. As a matter of fact, I think we have a game in progress on our servers. Let me see if I can connect to that server and show you a live Lightcycle match happening in real time. Yep, we're connected. So this is 3 of our Encom programmers participating in a test match. Again, this is just beta version, but you can see it's quite an interesting game. The motorcycle-like devices they're riding are called Lightcycles, and they leave a light trail behind them. And as you notice, they make very, very fast 90-degree angle turns. And the strategy of this game is to go as fast as you can, obviously, but then box in your opponent, forcing him to crash into either your light wall or into the walls of the game grid, which I think is about to happen. I think the blue guy here is not going to do well. Yep, he's leading him right into the wall. And, oh, I think we have lost the connection on that match, but you get the idea. The Lightcycle itself has a number of components that you should know about. First of all, the driver's cockpit obviously is where the rider sits, the front and rear wheels, the front and side view fairings, which are the windows that you look out of, and then 3 components that I'll get into more detail later: the temporal dilator, the perpetual light engine, and the protonic wall generator. And of course, the most important aspect of the Lightcycle is that it comes in 6 fun colors. First thing you should get familiar with when piloting a light cycle is the grip, the grid racing interface peripheral. This is an inductively charged dynamic handlebar that, when activated, forms a hyperholographic field, and these positively charged chromatic particles form the light cycle body and chassis. The perpetual light engine is the cycle's main power source. Now let's back up that footage there and peel the skin back to show you where that PLE is. It actually emits and absorbs energy continuously as long as the driver is holding the grip. So thusly, the driver actually completes the circuit of the software program that is the light cycle. There's two performance modes when driving a light cycle: game grid mode and free range mode. Free range mode is where the cycle is rendered to have weight and mass, even though it's created entirely of light. So the performance of the light cycle simulates a real-world motorcycle, complete with bank turns and skids like you're seeing here. This is ideal for circuitry sightseeing and cruising the information superhighway. In game grid mode, however, there are three things that come into play that completely change the performance of the light cycle: protonic walls, the temporal dilator, and overclocking, all of which I'll go into more detail here. The protonic walls are the light walls that you see come out of the back. On the game grid, the cycles create these walls behind them, leaving tails as they travel. They're created within the cycle itself and are fed out the back similar to a spider generating web material. They're actually made of protonic energy and are impenetrable by any physical matter. So when a cycle runs into them, they're toast. They get derezzed. But also when they get derezzed, its attached tail is also destroyed and removed from the grid. The second thing is the temporal dilator. Using subliminal theory, the temporal dilation circuit allows for these incredible 90-degree turns. They're completely unbound by gravity. Your velocity and momentum are constant, but your vector is instantaneously changed. Obviously, this is a very precision move and should only be used on the game grid and not with free-range driving. But how do we make the temporal dilator work for the driver inside? How does he keep up with all this high-speed, fast-paced action? Well, that's through something called overclocking. You see, while you're inside the light cycle, you're effectively overclocked your software so we can speed you up. You're overclocked at nearly twice the speed of the surrounding environment. This allows for apparently impossible reaction times. It also tests the stamina and durability of your internal code. Some other things you need to look out for while you're on the game grid. First of all, these bad boys, the recognizers. They will sneak up behind you and slam down on top of you. They've got these big, heavy legs that will fold up and try to crush your light cycle. You want to also keep a lookout for tanks. Tanks have very heavy ammunition. There's a lot of them out there on the game grid, and they can fire at you from very long range, doing a lot of damage not only to your bike but to your surroundings, making driving conditions very hazardous. So, after all that excitement, what's next? Well, we're constantly developing and upgrading the game grid, and our first rollout is only the beginning. We have a lot more coming. Obviously, some rumors have been hitting the internet lately, so we thought we'd share some of those with you and clear up some things that are happening. Here's some drawings that have been pirated already of some of the light cycle concepts that you may or may not see later in the future, but these were done by some of our very talented artists. And this is also a leaked video from one of our early test sessions for a whole new light cycle product. As you can see, the light cycle and the rider are sort of one. The game suit and helmet are sort of built into the experience, so there's no more canopy over the rider. It's this new light cycle that will be coming much later. It has enhanced speed and agility. It has mixed mode driving, so you're in free range mode and game grid mode practically at the same time. You can see him making compound turns here. The game grid itself is also multi-level. You can see them on different levels here, changing elevation as part of the game. But all of this won't be coming until much later in 2010. Encom has also made some very special strategic partnerships with other technology companies, including the Wayland-Yutani Corporation and their Power Loader initiative, and Cyberdyne Systems with their mimetic polyalloys. So to recap, time to get in the game. The game grid offers an extreme sport, for a modern audience. It's software-based, totally upgradable. New experiences will be coming regularly. It's a very reliable technology with very low downtime, full technical support from trained Encom staff, and a very, very high customer return rate. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Lightcycles.
End of line.
Powered by Encom.